The Winter Wonderland 2022 Overwatch 2 event is here, and with that comes some awesome festive skins. And today we're going to be talking about the Yeti Hunter and if this skin is worth it or not. So right now the Yeti Hunter skin is worth 1,900 Overwatch coins, and that goes the same with all of the other legendary skins. But anyways, let's look at the skin in the locker. So the first thing I want to point out is definitely just the color aspects of the skin. We have a lot of blue, white, and this nice little leather material as well as some camo. Let's get right on into it. So up first, let's take a look at this hat. What I really like about it is this giant feather sticking off the top of the head. It definitely gives it a little bit of a wow factor there. I mean, realistically, that is really cool. I love that you get to see that nice little feather up there. It's also connected to the hat itself, which is, instead of this being a camo hat like the rest of the skin, it is just this nice green khaki material. It is also lined with this nice feathers as well. It's the same feather, I would assume, that came off this giant bird at the top. Another detail is this leather that actually lines the inside of the hat. So the leather actually sticks out of the hat. I'm gonna zoom in real quick right here, and you can actually see these nice little patterns etched into the leather on the sides of both the little ear flaps and where the top of the head goes. We also have these nice blue goggles with orange like tint on the outside of it. So moving on to the body, we actually have this nice digital camo white and gray color scheme we have going over here, this jacket. Honestly, it really reminds me of like a Call of Duty weapon. That's literally what this looks like. It really is. We also have it lined with this nice blue out layer with these cool little sketches on them. It goes all the way around the back as well. We even have this nice little leather belt that wraps all the way around her waist. And again, it has these little details that we saw on the flaps up here of the ears and on her collar right here. And we have some little rope tethered to it as well. On her gloves, we have, again, this is where it actually gets a little cool, but we have like the green khaki material that we saw on the top of the hat, but on here it actually has like a snow effect that's weathered, so it kind of looks like it has been in the weathered terrain, which is really nice of them to do that for a detail. We also have these cool little leather details on the cuffs of the gloves as well. The gloves themselves are just straight leather with a blue lining effect that we see all throughout the skin. And that's a nice little detail. But what's really cool is that we have this nice little Yeti trap right here. So it literally looks like Junkrat's trap, which again is a really nice detail that they took. It's kind of like an Easter egg, in my opinion. This is more of an Easter egg than it is anything else, because this literally looks like Junkrat's trap, but it's for the Yeti. So I really love that they included that in the skin. It's just there at her waist. On the back is what is really cool. We have Snowball, and Snowball is actually encased in this nice little leather bag as well as the green leather bag as well. And I love Snowball. He is straight up camouflaged. Look at that. Look at that cool little camo detail we have on that. His face doesn't change at all, but we do get to have that nice little casing of metal camouflage. That is awesome. On the back, we also have some Asian symbols right here on top of the blue to actually match the rest of the skin. And the last little detail, we have these nice legs. Look at that. She's just wearing these nice camouflaged jeans. Those are so cool. We even have these little pockets here on the side that are also camouflaged. What I really wish they did to it was make it a little weathered, especially since she's in a snowy climate. It would have been really cool to see like splashes of white like we see on the gloves right here. Wish they would have done that to this, but nonetheless, we just have some camo pants. But arguably my favorite part of this whole skin are the boots. Look at the boots. Do you see anything interesting about them? They literally have a Yeti face on them. Look at this. This isn't technically supposed to be like a Yeti face, but it makes it look like a Yeti. I mean, there are these little screws that go on top of this metal plating that look like eyes, as well as this nice little like Sherpa mustache to make it look like a Yeti face. And it's the exact same on both boots. We have Sherpa encasing the entire thing like little fur, and on the back it looks to be just like another little part of this plating right here, but this one doesn't have the buttons, and it kind of looks like a goat as well. Could you stop? Could you stop? Chill out. I'm trying to make videos, okay? And the bottom of the boots are really nothing spectacular. It just kind of looks like rubber boots with a little blue insole lining. So the boots themselves aren't anything spectacular on the bottom. It literally just looks like a brown plastic material. Vader, hey, The boots themselves aren't anything special. It just kind of looks like a brown, like, what's the bottom of the boots aren't anything spectacular. It's just brown with a little blue strip going all the way through the middle of it. So anyways, now that we've looked at the skin, let's take a look at the blaster. And the blaster is arguably, again, one of the better parts of the skin. This is a Yeti Hunter skin. So we are, you know, May is going after Winton. And with this, we have a nice little knife bayonet feature right here in the front with a very much weathered effects. We have some rust on it. Up close, you can definitely see that rust right there. The middle of it is also encased in this fine leather that is also worn. I like that it's worn and it's not just plain leather. I mean, look at that. You see all the leather like stripping through the middle of it. We have some cool stitches. We even have a bone fragment at the top to make it look like a normal May weapon. The bottom down here, we have also some more bone fragments that make some spikes to give it a little bit of a oomph factor. On top, we have some blue leather right here with Sherpa outside of it. On the back of it, we actually have this really nice camo leather with some Sherpa going around the outsides of it. And all in all, I mean, this literally is exactly what the skin is supposed to be. It is for a hunter. So now that we've gone through the skin, let's take a look at some emotes. We have Companion, Giggle, Yay, Snowman, Sunny Dance, Kneel, Spray, Table Tennis, Hopping, and So Excited. Up next, we have the victory poses. We have Casual, Hands on Hips, Kneeling, Metal, RIP, Toast, Peace, Fist Bump, and Lucky. And lastly, the highlight intros, we have Frosty, Skating Around, Ice Scream, Going Up, and Festive. And lastly, let's take a look at this golden weapon. Here's what it looks like in reference before the gold, and this is what it looks like after the gold. And I will say, as much as I like this, I like the shape of the gun so much, but I feel like that leather really clashes with that gold. I don't think that May has one of the better golden weapons already to begin with, but taking away all of this color right here, all of that blue and like white and just turning it into gold kind of makes this gun look a little boring now. Like realistically, I mean the knife and the bone fragment on the top look great, but without the color, the gun does look a little boring without the gold. So let's take a look at this highlight intro for May. Awesome. We can actually see some really cool details right here. I love that you can see the little variations of the leather up here, how it's kind of like etched into there. I really like that. I love the digital camo on this. So anyways, let's take a look what this looks like in game. So up first, the first thing obviously you can take a look at is the gun itself. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I wish we could see the knife on the front of it a little bit more. The bone fragment is great. But looking at this in game, I really love that little ball in the back with like the ice forming inside of it. I really like that you can actually see that. I love how, I mean, obviously the gun moves when you shoot it and stuff, but I mean, I really love that it opens up right there. This reload animation is really cool. It just refills that little ball in there. The blue leather on top is kind of hard to see. It is definitely out of the way, but that worn leather on the very front casing, the middle of it, actually looks super, super nice. The camera on the back is a little kind of boring. I wish maybe they would have put some blue leather back there to give it a little splash of color as well. But that is what the gun looks like in first person. What's our melee look like? Just punch, you can see the gauntlets a little bit there with the little like goat logo on there. What's our high look like?
Hello.
That's actually really cool. I love those gloves. I love that little blue lining we have on those. Those actually look really, really, really nice. Again, what's our shooting look like? Nice. You can just, again, just see the gun opening up with the icicle inside of it. That does look cool. What does this look like? Nothing too spectacular about it. Alright, let's sweat this ult and see if we get anything unique about this. Don't move. Nope, nothing unique about that. So anyways, let's start talking about this skin. So negatives first. As much as I like this skin, I feel like the colors are a little off, especially on this gun. I feel like it is not as bright and pretty as I wish it was. I mean, I know it's the Yeti Hunter and we have leather on there and stuff, but I really feel like we had a little bit more I guess, actual leather on there instead of this like camo. If they would have kept like the brown and the blue leather, I would have been like, it would have been spectacular. But having that camo leather kind of just makes it look a little ugly on the gun itself. And the guard weapon that we actually get on this skin, it kind of takes away from all the fun and unique, cool stuff that we have on the skin and makes it turn into a little boring and dull, to be honest with you. But anyways, I think the colors on the skin are definitely fantastic. I wish we had some unique voice tones on here. You know, just a little bit more pop of color here and there. But onto the positives, and there are definitely a lot of them. I love like the Sherpa we have on it. I love the boots and how it has like the little goat effect on it. Man, they really went all out with this skin, especially with it being a Yeti hunter, and especially for that one game mode that they made in like, what, 2018 or something, 2017? That was a really long time ago when they had that, the Yeti hunter like event came out. And that's when the skin came out for that, and it really fits in because, I mean, she's literally trying to go hunt Winton, you know? And the gun itself has that nice little bone fracture on it. It has the nice little like bayonet knife at the very front of it. And it ties into being an actual hunter, especially in, I guess, Alpines? Or whatever, wherever that is, like where Everest is and all that kind of icy climate. That's what that reminds me of. I really love the blue lining that we get all over the skin. It definitely adds a nice little hint of May to it. It doesn't stray that far away from May as well, especially since May is also known for being like, you know, an icicle pretty much. If they made her into a fire skin, now that might be a little weird. It'd be something different, but it would be weird. But this definitely stays in her element, and it makes it really well. I love all the hunter aspects of this. I love the colors that we have going on here. Except for kind of like some of the boring ones. I think the skin itself works. All those colors tie in and make it look really nice. I just don't really like how the gun looks in game, I guess. But, I mean, with all that being said, I'm going to straight up give this skin an 8 out of 10. Definitely one of the better ones we have for May. And with that, you know, I do think this skin is going to be worth it. And so anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all later.